Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going through doing some maintenance, but I thought I would change over an enclosure. Just quickly show you. In here it's not that there, I just haven't got that off, but you can see said item in there. You can see the abdomen, but in there is Xenesthis intermedia. And they've got to a size now where I think another molt, they're just going to be a bit too small for in here. And it looks drab because they just mess it up completely. So I'm going to change them and just put them into my old school plastic ones, which I could do something nice with for the minute until I get them into something bigger like a glass enclosure. I've got some massive Exoterras to use, but they're just too small at the minute for it. So it's the Xenesthis intermedia. We're going to do a rehouse with that today. So let's crack on with the video. Okay, so that's what I've done in these plastic tubs. If you remember on my older videos, I did use these, which are perfect. It keeps humidity as well. I've got the holes around the side on the top, but they also come with a good carry handle because these kind of get quite heavy. So they come with a lid that goes on the top, and then you've got these two handles. The bigger size clips go on either side and it locks it in case you've got a species that's known for digging away in plastic. But these are just temporary, just I've got nothing in the time at the minute between phases, so I want to get them a little bit bigger in this and then they can go into their glass enclosure, which I've got a big tank for them. So lots of moss that I've collected from around where I live, and it's absolutely perfect. Nice big hide for one, just a water dish and moist substrate, simple enough. The other one's the same, so the same bits of moss, slightly different bit of cork bark that it can dig down underneath. So I've done it on top of that just to give it a nice sort of look, and I think that looks really appealing to the eye. And it can dig down under, come up the side, and then I've just put some moss here and then a little water dish, and that's all it needs. So I think that's quite simple, quite straightforward. So let's see if I can get these and put them in and see if they'll be okay. There we go, nice and easy, straightforwardly in. See if I can get this one to go down and we have a good look at it. Very well fed, obviously they're very voracious. One is more than the other. I do think I have a male and a female. I think this one's the male. Come on. Very bold as well. Look at that, the way it stood up. And I don't know if it's just mine, if any of you have them out there, if you can let me know. These are just so chilled. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. I was going to try and feed them, but Christ, on camera that does look like that is about to blow. That abdomen is huge. It was slightly smaller than that, so I thought they could do one more feed before they molt. But I gave it a big Mario worm, and I didn't realise that it was that big until I put it in there, and it just took it straight away. So I think this one is the male because it is extremely leggy. The other one acts completely different to this one. This one stays out in the open, is very bold, very inquisitive. If you touch somewhere of the enclosure, it comes over as a look. Whereas the other one, which I think is a female, I've had molts from these. I've not bothered sexing them because I'm not too bothered at the minute, but as long as they're healthy, they're doing well. But I think when you get these, this looks like a juvenile stage, but it's not. It's just bigger than that big bottle cap. That is a bigger bottle cap. I'd say it's 1.5 inches, 2 inches across, but still quite tiny, like thin legs, but impressive. Just the way it is, the stance. There we go, raise the abdomen. Look at that, it's just so bold that I'm pushing it and it won't go anywhere. Just sits there, look. Quite placid. So it's going in pretty much, so I'm not going to stress it around too much. But you can see I've done this one, which I think is the male in that enclosure. And you can see that that is perfect for it. Because if it walks in, it's got plenty of room to go underneath. Sit out here in the open, which this one tends to does, but what this does is this one doesn't sit forward, it sits backwards for some weird reason. So I think this would look absolutely beautiful for this. And there we have it. See if I can get a close up at the front. That does look a lot better when it's on moss as well. Let's just zoom in. There we have it. Xenesthis intermedia, the Amazon blue bloom. I know it's pink, purplish in colour, but when they molt, as they start getting bigger, they get this blue tinge which goes across the leg, and I can see it on the back legs here, but you can't see it on the camera. There is a blue tinge, so I think that's why it's called the Amazon blue. But I'm not going to feed it. I did get a load of roaches out ready to feed, some dubia males in my breeding colony. I've got loads at the minute, so I'm not going to feed that. It'll probably take, but that is a big fat abdomen, so I'm quite happy to leave that as it is at the minute until it molts, and then we'll start feeding up again. Normally these ones as well, though, I've noticed within 1 week of molting, it's just ready to eat straight away, and then you feed it the next day, it wants more and more. They sort of plough through their food till they get to a good size, then they go off their food, which I've noticed, which is like the Xenesthis poultry. I've noticed you feed them up and up, and then it just stops for months and then finally molts. But there we go, nice and easy. There's that one in. Okay, so there it is, and this is the one I think's female. Looks pretty much the same, not as fat. This one tends to go off the food a lot quicker, but she acts completely, I'm saying she already, but she just acts completely different to what the other one does. So let's just see if I can get this one in. Very easy to look after these, very easy to maneuver as well. They just don't run off, they're not very skittish, they're very bold. No threat posing, no aggression. You see I'm just touching the front, they just let you do what they want. Come on, turn around. There we go, and there you go. There we go, so that one's in a nice lush green enclosure, and this would be perfect for them. So they'll be able to double in size, so I'd say 2 more molts in here, and then they'll be ready to go in their glass enclosure. Oh, just scared her there, but look at that, she just runs off. So thanks very much for watching. That was a quick video. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you on the next video.